Hey everybody, thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our webinar. My name is Ty. I'm going to be one of your co-hosts today.
My- I'm your other co-host.
All right, and we're part of the copywriting team here at Invita. So let's get into things. I don't think you guys want to see us the whole time, so let's go ahead and hide that. All right, a little bit about Invita. So we are a full-service digital and social agency specializing in multifamily throughout the country. And today we're going to talk to you about how to write effective social captions that lease. So let's see here. This is what we used to look like. Um, Today, you'll learn how to give your property a voice and adjust your messaging on social to attract leases. We'll go over giving your brand a personality, not being afraid of change. More information isn't always better, and including a call to action when you can.
Give your brand a personality. You can be whoever you want to be online, and that goes for brands and buildings too. Take advantage of that, and don't be afraid to be funny and relatable. Define what and who your brand is, and think of it as the character development in a movie.
First question you're going to want to ask is, who are you? Are you a luxury or a laid back property? What is the target demographic for your property? Is it young professionals? Is it active adult 55 plus? Is it college students? Once you know that, you know what you're speaking to and what they like. And a lot of that can even be emojis versus no emojis, since they tend to be more playful. If you're more upscale, you might want to try avoiding those. Knowing your location. So, is your property by the beach? Is it in the suburbs? Is it in a big city? Because knowing that will help you out a lot, because you're speaking to a specific lifestyle and there's a wide range of those. So, knowing that will help you out. And then, do you want the voice to be more relatable and welcoming, upscale and professional, or creative and artsy? Because that's going to be the overall feel for the voice. But the most important part is to just be something. Don't just be another voice on social media, because there are so many voices out there. Just be unique somehow, whether that's upscale, relatable, or welcoming. And everybody knows copy is more of a compliment to the image. But if you know a company's captions are usually boring, people won't bother to read next time. They'll know that it's just another generic post. They'll just move on. Some of the examples I like to use are Chipotle, Wendy's, Havenly. They're pretty normal brands, but I know their captions are always funny and I'll always stop and read. It's just a habit. So if you can get people into that habit, it'll help you out in the long run. And another key is painting the picture of the lifestyle. Show people who and what you are before they visit the property, and that will help you in the long run as well.
Another thing to think about is, who do you trust? Would you rather buy a product from a salesman that you don't know or a friend that recommended it to you? People prefer an actual presence over a robot, especially when it comes to what brands they associate with and what they spend their time and their money on. So it's important to talk to them person to person and not brand to person.
Another important part is, don't be afraid of change. Right now, we're dealing with a lot of change with COVID-19 and everything that comes with that. Some of the things that we're doing as a company to adapt our voice is avoiding amenities in neighborhood spots that might be temporarily closed, focusing on indoor activities, highlighting delivery and takeout options at local restaurants, steering from overly playful voice to understanding, and showcasing patios, balconies, because that's as outdoors as a lot of people can get for now. And even when things start to let up, a lot of people won't be quick to jump back out into the world. Some people have health issues, won't be able to. So I think it's important to keep showcasing uh, the things that they'll be using more in the months to come.
And also be sure to keep a consistent voice. A brand with a consistent voice can bring in 23% increase in revenue. So you want to change the tone depending on the situation, of course, but don't change your voice. For example, events, promotions, and neighborhood highlights should all have the same voice. So if you normally have a luxe upscale voice, don't change it to be super hyper and bubbly for a resident event. Stay consistent and simply adjust your tone as needed. And remember that more information isn't always better. This is the Vermont, a high-rise property in Koreatown. Take these two ad examples. The image is exactly the same for the same brand, and there is only a slight change in the copy. And while that may seem small, the second ad outperformed the first by a wide margin. The second ad is quick and to the point. It's just one simple line that's an easy read. It catches the attention of the target audience without requiring them to put in too much effort.
And now we want to be personable, but you don't want to completely miss a lead. Try to include a call to action when you can, because now that you have their attention, tell them where to go. Find a balance between too many and too few calls to action, because you don't want to sound super salesy by saying something every post and promoting yourself, but you also don't want to miss on leads and not say anything at all. So easy examples of that are contact our team for more info, visit our website, schedule your tour today. Virtual tours right now are big. You can include a phone number if teams are working from home to contact you. Simple things like that at the end of a caption can go a long way.
Crossing your H's and dotting your lowercase j's. Links. They are used differently for and within each platform. For Facebook, the website links go in the copy, and for Instagram, any links will go in the bio, and you can add a call to action in the copy. Links to outside articles such as the how to's, the do it yourself hacks, top 10 best products for cleaning, so on and so forth, act as great Facebook content, but generally not so much for Instagram. This is simply because of the ability and the ease of link usage on Facebook and the lack thereof on Instagram. Another difference between how the platforms are used is with hashtags. Hashtags attract more eyes on Instagram than on Facebook. And then here's an example of those outside article links and what they look like. Um, this is for Facebook and how they're used. While they're not directly promotional, they are still adequate with the brand's personality and engaging to the audience. And then here's some spacing and layout differences on Instagram and Facebook. And you can see here the spacing and overall layout is different for Instagram than Facebook, and that plays into the usage of links and content choice altogether. For example, you can see that there's no website link for the Instagram post because if there was, it would just be dead space. But for Facebook, it's good to have that link in there. Overall, users prefer Facebook content that is more entertaining and easy to share or discuss, whereas Instagram users prefer content that is positive and pleasing to look at. Another example would be marketing services perform better on Facebook, and then marketing beauty, fashion, so on products perform better on Instagram. This is something important to consider when you're creating that voice.
Here are a couple inspiration accounts that we've used in the past that you can use. The first one is the Moxie. It's a hotel chain in the Marriott family. They're a little more artsy and out there, but their stuff is really clever. Havenly is a very popular one, a home decor company. They've really done a good job with changing their voice to the current times, but still keeping what they've normally done. Then two of our clients that I really like, we have the Chestnut, which is a luxury residence in University City in Philadelphia, and Henry Hall, a high-rise residence in Hudson Yards in New York City. Those two usually have pretty different voices and their own thing going on. So those are cool to check out if you have some time. So in conclusion, to wrap things up, here's a look back at the ways we discussed to write effective social captions that lease, give your brand a personality, identify who you are and who you're speaking to, just be something, and build trust between you and your residents.
And don't be afraid of change. Adapt to the current events and remember that consistency is key. So you're going to want to change your tone, but not necessarily your voice.
More information isn't always better. One line of copy gets more eyes, even though it's less information. It's quick and to the point.
And then include a call to action when you can. Find the balance between too many and too few calls to action. And some examples for that would be schedule a tour, contact our team, visit our website, and you're good to go.
All right, we hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to put them in the Q&A section uh, at the bottom or in the chat, and we can get to those. Don't forget to stay in the know with Invita. You can head to our website to see all of our previous webinars, and you can join us next Wednesday at 11 a.m. for our webinar on review management. So don't miss that one. We'll give it a second here to get some questions. What is an ideal caption length? That is going to depend on what platform. So for Instagram, the max is 2,200. You're never going to want to come near that. I wouldn't go over about 150 characters. It depends on what you want to get across. Just understand that the more that you write, the less people are going to finish the whole thing. So you might want to do a quick short one with a little bit of information that they read and want to find out more, as opposed to writing 3 paragraphs and then they read the first line, read the last line, and they move on. So it depends. Facebook, you want to keep it actually a little bit shorter. Facebook is better around 80 characters or less, so not too much information.
And it also depends on what your voice is for your brand or your company. If you are more detailed, then of course provide those details. But like Ty said, short and sweet is always the best way to go.
Give 1 more minute for any other questions. All right, I think that's going to be it. Here is the information for finding our other webinars and for next week. So plan ahead. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much.